to retain young professionals, and how can we better implement these? Let's start over here with Kristen.
This is the one question that I like have no idea how to address this. I do think that, and we've kind of spoken to this already, that there are so many kind of grassroots, just people getting together who have an idea and figuring out a way to do that. So I don't know that that's like that anybody has, any entity has necessarily developed that as a strategy, but I do think that is something that is really happening a lot here now. And so, you know, when we say the word "we" have strategies, I'm not quite sure who we're referring to, but you know, if people who are more established want to look out and reach out to them to kind of invest some energy and help some of those people with startup ideas and what have you to get started, there are plenty of them out there. And so I think that, you know, young professionals should seek out those opportunities to kind of get involved in some of those grassroots efforts to make change.
You know, these opportunities exist like being part of Impact Jacks. You know, Impact Jacks is fairly young. I think a few 5 years young or something like that. So when I first moved to Jacksonville, there wasn't an opportunity like that, and I think I asked the first question was, how do I keep connected to people? How the heck am I going to meet people? Because unfortunately, where I worked, there just wasn't enough people that I felt like I connected with. So, you know, I think taking advantage of opportunities like that exist gives you an opportunity to get connected with people, to meet other young people, and to find out what else is going on. Not necessarily all young people as well, because I know through Impact Jacks, there's an opportunity for you to connect with people that could potentially be mentors, or people that could potentially be a resource to you later. So I think taking advantage of those networking opportunities are really good. So and even what you're doing here with Inroads, just being a part of that, obviously think about the people that you're working with on your internships that are around. Don't be afraid to ask them questions and kind of really get their feedback on how they experience Jacksonville.
If we're doing that and if you're all doing that, then I think that will go a long way in changing whatever perceptions there may have been in past years about Jacksonville.
We have to, I think you should be included in the process and make sure you're included in the process. For instance, this is a great set of panels, but there could be one more seat here that has a young person represented. Because we're talking about why is Jacksonville great for young people, and you guys have a voice. So I think that's a part of what we need to implement, and sometimes aspects of Jacksonville we do it well, and other times we don't do it as well as we should. You're going to have to assert yourselves to become the new leaders. Otherwise, you're going to hear for the next 10 years, one day you're going to be a leader. One day you're going to be, okay, and because that's what I used to hear. And so at some point in time, I just raised my hand and said, I'll do it. I'll join a committee. I'll get involved. I have a problem with this. I like that. I want to be a part of it. So get yourself involved and become part of it. And force us to allow you to have that voice and have that active participation. Because there's a side of Jacksonville that we're not really talking about. But one of the elephants in the room is that we have a whole generation that may be ready to move on, and they don't know it's time to move on. Because they have to be open to new ideas, new ways, and new energy. And they're holding on to it. And I have to say that you can't progress if you're always in a state of regression. So sometimes you guys have to kind of, same way you pushed into this world, you got to push into the city of Jacksonville to kind of make it. It may be a little painful at times, but if you're doing it with the right intent and the spirit of, I want this place to be better, I think it'll be received.
I just want to say something real quick based on what Anthony said. You could be a leader in Jacksonville right now. Right now. You go to Atlanta, you go to Chicago, you'll be a follower, you'll stand in line. And you'll eventually get there because I know with my talented people. In Jacksonville, you could be a leader right now. You could be sitting in the seats that these people are sitting in, the seats that I'm sitting in, and the seats, we just went to a conference with the mayor's office. They're looking for y'all right now, you know. So you don't have to wait, you know, it's like, you know, a football team. You know, if you want to play right now, you might want to go to a smaller market. You know, you can go to a big market and sit on the bench, but you can play right now in Jacksonville. And I think that's basically, you know.
One of the things I would add to that as well, you know, the benefit of living in the United States is we have an open government. There is nothing wrong with you going down to City Hall and making your voice we have an open government. So there's nothing wrong with going to City Hall and making your voice known. Not even that, finding out what's going on. Working in that City Hall every day, I see the same people that are coming in complaining about the same thing, or either they find a new set of things to complain about, they really don't even know what they're talking about. But, I actually, earlier today, I went to Jacksonville to see Obama as well. The same people. Get engaged. Go to City Hall. Just go look at the website, coj.net. Find out when the next city council meeting is, and as long as it's boring as they may seem, just go sit and listen. Because there might be something that is said or something that is debated that might be an issue that's near and dear to you. So then you have the opportunity when you're sitting at that city council meeting to say, you know what, I think I want to say something regarding this particular issue. Because it's funny, we were sitting in the city, I was sitting in a city council meeting earlier today, and they said the people that complain the most are the ones who change legislation. End of the day, and a city council member said that herself. Things don't change until people say something about it. Your voice is as big as you want it to be.
And you can't assume that somebody else is going to say what you want said.
Nobody
Can I ask how many of you know who your city councilman is or woman? Oh, come on, you guys. Okay, really? All right, so there are like 10 hands that went up. So please do me a favor, and when you get home tonight, go to COJ's website. On the left-hand side, there's, find your district, find out who your city councilman is, and just send them an email. If you can't make it, send them an email, pick up the phone, call. You might have to leave a message on a voicemail, but just say, listen, I heard that this bill is being considered, and I'd really like you to support it. I'm one of your constituents. Like, they are there for you. So yeah, if you want to see something changed, just make a call, get involved. And it's not difficult, so don't be intimidated by it. I do it all the time. Councilman Jones is always get an email from me.
And I just wanted to follow up on strategies in terms of, applauding Vincent and Rhodes and his relationships with the universities here in town, with many of the employers. Because if you think about it, people move here so that because part of the process of deciding to be in Jacksonville for an employer is the talent pool. And so our universities are doing a better and better job of trying to connect into those employers and provide opportunities for folks. And does FAMU have a Jacksonville chapter?
FAMU actually has a pharmacy school.
Okay, so I mean, they're even if you think about universities that really aren't traditionally or something that you recognize immediately, using your school as an alumni chapter or something to connect to folks who might be able to connect you to folks or employers and positions here in Jacksonville. It is happening and it's growing, and we need to feed the companies that move here and provide the talent. Why would we let them try to hire people from outside of our town? Why? Why would we let them go somewhere else and bring folks here?
I'm hearing a common theme just listening to this conversation. Opportunity. It really, there's so much opportunities here for all of us. I'm 46 years old and new doors are opening up for me in this stage of my life. I can't even imagine how exciting to be in your time of life and being here. I'm out there every day meeting new people, and it's really an incredible time and place to be here in Jacksonville. And one thing I have to add, back to how we have a competitive advantage over other cities. This is a really low cost of living. I meant to mention that. I come from Seattle. The housing market, the cost of doing anything is so expensive. We're really fortunate how low cost of living we have here. So something to keep in mind when you're young and just starting out in life.
And I would also say that whatever you want to do, if you have a specific career path in mind or something that really interests you, find the person or the company or the people here in town that are doing that thing and are the best here in town at it, and send them an email, send them a tweet, send them a Facebook message. If they have a job opening, apply to that position and say, hey, here's what I have to offer you. I'm super interested in getting into this field or learning more from you. And I want you to guide me. The only reason I have this job is I happened to be really interested in more the creative side of things here in town. Right out of school, and I was looking for jobs all over the place. I was like, I'm going to hunt down these people, and I'm going to show up to their events, and I'm going to friend them on Facebook, and I'm going to let them know what I'm doing that's cool. And 4 years down the road, I get connected with Elton through those people, and it's been a wild, wild ride. I sought out those people.
You're just absolutely correct, because what I did, I also do financial education, and I do a lot of volunteering. And you would be surprised at the doors that open when you go and volunteer. I've been offered 3 jobs, but I'm an entrepreneur, so I'm like, no, I don't want that. But at the same time, they're there. But if you volunteer, you find out so much that's out there and things that's open for you to be able to do. So I agree totally.
Be prepared to work hard, work your
Totally,
butt
yes.
off, and impress the heck out of those people.
And impress them. That's what you want to do, impress them.
And think a little bit differently about the entrepreneurs. Okay, E3 members in the room, raise your hand, please. Raise them like you mean. Okay, so, thank you. You may not be interested in entrepreneurs, but you're all interested in moving forward with your career. These are entrepreneurs that have been in business, and chances are they have commercial clients. They have residential clients that work at companies. So sometimes aligning yourselves with just people, as Rachel said earlier, aligning yourselves with people whenever you have an opportunity could open up doorways that you never expect. So it's not just about, okay, I don't want to be an entrepreneur, so I don't want to talk to anybody that deal with that. No. They may be running a business that's right in line with something that you do career-wise. So if they deal with those people all the time and they can give you a foot in the door, why not? In other words, we have all of these options around us, and sometimes we kind of miss that because it's right in front of our face. And so we need to take advantage of it. So even in this room tonight, I think I tried to get around to at least 3/4 of the room. Because I never know if I'll see you in a Winn-Dixie later on. I don't know if I'll be at the movies and see you in the parking lot. I would like to be able to run into you and be able to smile and say, hey, I know you. Because who knows? One of you may be a recommendation that I need. Recommendations are not age specific. Y'all, Vincent said y'all all fast risers. So some of y'all gonna rise up to a position. I know the person that asked me to go to meet Michelle Obama was 10 years my junior. I didn't get that opportunity for somebody 10 years old. Don't pre-qualify. Don't prejudge. Take advantage of every single opportunity you have to make an impact with what you're doing. That's why it's called Impact Jazz. That's why. That's why it's called Code Work Jazz. There's a mindset behind the names. E3, Educate, Encourage, Empower. I'm sharing some information with you. Some of you are going to use it. Everybody here is sharing things with you. You think knowledge is power. That's bull. It's not. I'm glad some of you looked up, because it's not. Applied knowledge is power. If we are giving you information and you do nothing with it, and what? Why are you any different tomorrow than you were before you walked in here today?